Hey guys, Evan Tan here. In this video, I'm going to go through the ultimate strategy for scaling products. Alright, so this product, right, do note that this is exclusive for those who have already found success. What that means is that you actually have, at least, 1,000 to 2,000 pixel purchase fires before in your store, because this requires, the Facebook pixel to really find the viewers for you from, basically the entire world of buyers. All right, so this is very exclusive for those people who have already found success. If you are just starting out, don't use this strategy or you're gonna just be burning money. All right, so let's quickly go through how this strategy works. All right, so this is called the zero or near zero targeting strategy. All right, so basically everything else is the same. So conversion will always be purchase. This time around, we will split by the first tier countries and worldwide, right? The age this time, however, we'll always go for 20 to 65 plus. All right, we're trying to encompass as much of people in the entire world. All right, so instead of just 60, make sure this time around you go for the 65 plus. All right, so to get as much as people to see your ad. All right, so this time, well, both gender, both male and female, but the special thing is on the detailed targeting. All right, so this time around you want to go for that one huge big niche audience, right? So it's very easy to find that specific big one. So let's say I think kitchen tools, those are in a few 100 million audience size. All right, so if you can't find one that's really huge, just make combine a lot of the huge ones, and target them. All right, so this works as well, as no targeting. So what that means is basically you don't put anything inside the targeting, and basically you're just targeting everyone in that specific location. All right, so there's no targeting involved here as well. So either you use one huge one or you just simply put nothing in there. All right, so this will allow the pixel go really deep into finding that purchase and that buyer for you. All right, so the number of ads will be one per country or region. Expand interest, yes, because you want to encompass as much people as possible, right? The placement will be mobile and desktop feeds, and the starting budget you want to go at least $100, right? So because you're targeting basically the entire world or the entire country, and everyone in that country using Facebook. So that's a really huge audience size. So you want to start off with a really bigger budget to target as much people and to cover as much people as possible. All right, so the next up is basic stuff, one day click, auto lowest cost, and video or photo link ad. All right, so this strategy works especially good, for very generic products. All right, so products that can be used by almost everyone. So basically, what I'm saying here is like things that are like some of the really cool gadgets. There isn't really a specific thing like fidget spinner. Everyone can play it. That includes kids, includes adults, includes old people. Basically, anyone can play a fidget spinner, right? So, and some of the handphone cases, of course, it's the handphone grabs is inside a car. Of course, you can target people who own car, but these are very generic products that a lot of people can use. That includes bags, backpacks, and stuff like that, right? All of this stuff, will work really well using this strategy. All right, so to quickly go through, the example campaign names will be, you just name the product name, product A, then web conversion, and just name your campaign as 0. So it's very clear that this strategy or this campaign is using this specific strategy, right? So basic drill, I don't need to repeat that anymore. So inside the ad sets, okay, you can go for one entire country, 0 targeting, US, and then you just split test the different countries. All right, or it is also possible to split test the first tier countries and then using the worldwide, but excluding the rest of the countries, and of course excluding the basic the high fraud countries. All right, so go ahead and test this method, especially you have already started to find some success. I'm pretty sure if you have found a winning product, this will work really good. Okay, so this is one of the strategies that we use to scale us all above to 6 figures for one specific product per day. All right, that's a really strong strategy. So as long as you have found a really winning product, this is the strategy to go and really outkill your opponent and scale to the moon. All right, so that's all for this video. I'll see you in the next one.